everyone, I'm Kealy and this is Voice of a Creative, and today I'm here to do a review of the Shelby Dress and Romper from True Bias. So I do sound a little bit croaky today. I have got a cold, but it sounds, I think, much worse than it actually is. We also have the new kitten, Kealy, running around. So if you hear some kind of scampering in the background, it's her, or tiny meows, or then louder meows of Bramble, my ginger cat. So this video is part of a collaboration with Tamlyn of Sewn on the Tyne and Kristen of the Dahlia Society. Now, we got talking on the Facebook Vloggers support group, and we decided to do a collaboration where we all sew the same pattern but kind of make our different versions and then post a review video of it. So I will link their channels down below, and once all the videos go live, I will hopefully post on my community tab with the different videos as well. So it's a really exciting chance to see a pattern made by 3 different people with 3 different styles, and I think it's going to be a really fun set of videos to watch. And we are planning to do another one, so we're kind of having a discussion of whether we do it kind of monthly or something like that, whatever works for our schedules really, because we don't want it to be too kind of troublesome, but I think it's going to be really fun to just see the different videos. Now, Tamlyn, you've probably heard me mention quite a lot, but her channel is Sewn on the Tyne. Again, she brings some fantastic content, really love watching her videos. And Kristen is somebody that we have discovered recently, and I watched her first video, which was a review of the Viscose dress by Friday Pattern Company, and I kind of binge watched quite a few of her videos. Still haven't caught up with them all, but she speaks in a really lovely way and has some really interesting content and has really a fantastic level of skill. So she's just shows some beautiful makes. So definitely head over and have a look at her channel. You won't be disappointed. So on to the dress. So I've been looking at the Shelby dress for a while. At first I wasn't too sure about it because it was very 90s, and I was like, oh, I had a dress like this in the 90s. But actually I really liked the style, and it's the fit and flare kind of style that I like. So, and also it is a dress that I was looking at in terms of kind of expanding my view into woven fabrics, and I really wasn't disappointed. I really enjoyed making it, and I'm really impressed with the fit and just the style. I think it looks really nice, and yeah, really pleased to have made it, and I've got a lot more planned, so hopefully you'll be seeing those coming up soon. So this dress, I will post in a picture of the line drawing. So it's slightly more complicated because there's a lot more pieces. So there's 2 front centre pieces, then the side bodice pieces, then side back pieces, and then one that you place on the fold at the back. So you've got all of those panels. It's buttoned down the front, but just has a kind of V neckline and then sleeves added on. So I went for just the short dress version, but it does come in maxi length as well. And I did a cropped sleeve as well, just a short sleeve. I made basically no adjustments to this pattern apart from to shorten the waist. So the pattern is made for somebody, I think 5'6". Yeah, so this is drafted for a model who's 5'5". Now I'm kind of 5'3", 5'4", and I do have quite a short waist as well. I often have to adjust that on patterns. So I kind of folded it up by 1 inch and then like held it against me and then folded it up by another inch. So I actually took 2 inches from the waist, and actually the waist falls perfectly on me. I'm really pleased with it. And I would have been quite annoyed had I not done that beforehand, because we would have just fallen right in the wrong place. And there are ties at the back that go into the seams at the back of the dress, and they tie round, and they would have just been in the completely wrong place had I kept the waist where it was. So I was really glad I made that adjustment. I thought I was going to have to make some adjustments around the shoulders, but actually I think it's absolutely fine, and it fits across the bust really well. So I'm really, really pleased with the fit. And I was being quite critical of it, but actually, yeah, really pleased overall. The trickiest part of the pattern, I would say, is the buttonholes, and that was tricky for me because I've never done buttonholes on my Janome Atelier 6 yet. So I had to kind of discover how to do the buttonholes, but I must say they are beautiful, and actually once I got it set up, they were really easy. It made one mistake, but I literally just sewed over it, and then I had made one mistake, so I had to unpick one buttonhole. But out of 7 buttonholes, to unpick one, I feel is incredible. So the instructions were really thorough. I just kind of read through them and just followed the steps. That was really easy. Something I was a little bit confused is it took me quite a long time to find the seam allowance, which is actually 1/2 inch. And I had to text Sam, who is Purple Sewing Cloud, and Tamlyn in the end. But yeah, it's 1/2 inch. So that was slightly different to get used to. And it took me a while to find that in the instructions. I just kept gazing over it, I think. I don't know. But once I found that, obviously, it was fine. The sleeves are actually set-in sleeves, but they went in no problem at all, really smoothly. To be honest, it was a really smooth make. I think the most troublesome things were the buttonholes and actually interfacing. I mean, if those are the things that are a problem with this make. And I actually kind of made it after work this week, and it was really nice to spend some time doing a little bit of sewing each evening. And what I did, which really helped, is I laid all the pieces out. So I had the front, centre, side, back, then the middle back piece, and then the other way round, so I could literally sew them going that way, which was really, really good. So this is the fabric that I chose. So this is something that was in my stash, and I had about 2 meters of it. So I've really squeezed this out of 2 meters. Actually, I think you need 2.5, 3 meters. Now this pattern, I think it can be either way, but one of the panels, I don't actually know which one. One of the panels I had to cut the other way round, but actually I don't think you notice. But if you have got a repeating print, then you might notice, so bear that in mind. I just went with navy buttons in the end because I couldn't go and get some, but also those were ones I had in my stash, and I was like, actually it goes with it. I would have liked to have got some like coral pink, or some have picked out maybe the green or something, but I think it looks really lovely as it goes. The neckline is finished with a facing, which also went in no problem. I just finished that with overlocking, but yeah, it came together really, really nicely. I'm just gonna show you the kind of buttonhole. So I just think that looks really, really lovely. And I managed to get them all straight, which I'm really proud of as well. So I'm just gonna pop this on and I will show you. So here we go. So I feel like it fits really nicely on the shoulder. It hits where I would want to hit, and then across the bust. Now, I would say that this is a little lower than would be suitable for me to kind of wear to school, I think, because you can see kind of slight cleavage. But I'm sure, like, if you wore a vest top, I have got a vest top on, but if I could pull my vest top up a bit, then I think it would be absolutely fine. And I would plan to wear it with a cardigan as well. Now this fabric was going to be just a test version of the garment, but I didn't have time to make a second one. But this is a polyester base, and so it is making my hair quite static, and it's not necessarily appropriate for this time of year due to the fabric. But I've got some brushed cottons, and I think they would be a lot more flouncy, but actually I think they'd be so snuggly and warm, like wearing pyjamas to like work. So I'm just gonna stand up and show you the full dress. So you can see the lines coming down here, and then you've got the side lines, and then at the back again. And then you've got the ties which attach in to the centre back. Now, in all of the photos I've seen, people have tied them like this at the back. So you can just tie them together like that, but I have tied them a few more ways. So that pulls it in really nicely, and actually that makes it a really good dress for like adjustments if your weight is kind of fluctuating. And I know for me, like, my stomach gets quite bloated, but this has got so much space for that is absolutely fine, and I can always loosen it if I need to. But I did think there's a few other ways that you could tie it. So I did think about bringing the ties round to the front and tying them there. Now this gives like a more gathered fit at the waist, which I don't necessarily know that I prefer, but actually it's quite a cute style to just get those kind of gathers in the skirt as well. And then from the back it just kind of pulls open. But the other way I quite like is basically you put them as if you're going to tie them at the back, but you just cross them over, and then bring it round to the front, and they're just long enough to get a small bow, which I think if you've got the bow right could look really cute. So that then you've got like a little waist tie, but it's still drawing it in at the back. So really love that as well. This has come out really good length. It's really easy to hem. I mean, I really just love this dress. I think it's really, really cute. There is also a romper version, and you can extend those to kind of culotte length as well, or have the shorter version. I went for the dress just because that's what I always wear. I wear it with tights and I get a lot of wear out of it that way. And I do plan to make quite a few more versions. I'm going to see if I can get some cut out over the next few weeks and things like that. So it'll be, yeah, so they're ready to sew. So how long did it take? So I cut it out, I think, on Saturday. So the cutting out was about an hour and a half, 2 hours, because I was trying to use up fabric. If you had plenty of fabric, you probably wouldn't have had to have done that. But I really had to scrimp and save. And actually the facing is 2 pieces of fabric stitched together. I know I could have used an alternative fabric for the facing potentially. Definitely a good way to use up scraps of viscose. Then I spent some time, a couple of hours sewing on Monday, and then did little bits and pieces. So I think all in all, maybe 4 or 5 hours, which actually I don't think is that long. And because I kind of broke it down into little tasks, actually it worked out really well for me. So I'm really pleased with that. I would definitely make it again. And I'm actually just gonna pull out a couple of fabrics so you can choose which one I make next. So I've got 3 fabrics here that might be good. So this is the original fabric I bought to make one. So this is a really beautiful navy viscose with poppies and then the white flowers, and this is from Like So Amazing. So really beautiful one. So the poppy viscose. Then I got this brushed, I think it's a brushed cotton, or just like a viscose drill maybe. But I got this from the Bath Sews fabric swap that I just went to, so I thought that'd be quite warm for winter, but maybe would have like slightly less drape, but still might like look quite cute. Or I've got this one, so this is a cotton twill. Now, beautiful kind of green base with the blues and greys. Again, I got this from a D-stash, so I thought that this would be really cute as well. And I might even make a little bit longer sleeves with this one. And then I could maybe match one of the buttons, so maybe a grey button. I'd actually buy buttons this time instead of just getting them from my stash. I realised in my stash of buttons, I've basically got loads of brown buttons. And I don't know, I've mostly inherited a lot of the buttons, but they're like all brown. I'm like, where have I got all these brown buttons from? I don't know. So those are the 3. So there's the cotton twill, green with grey and blue flowers. There's the navy viscose with the poppies, and then there's the what I think is a brushed cotton navy with flowers as well. So let me know which one you think I should make first, because all of these will be Shelby's, but just which one first. If you have made this pattern, then let me know how you got on, and I will be having a look through the hashtags. I have already looked at, and there are so many beautiful versions of this dress, and I think I'm going to be buying some more expensive fabric. Now I've kind of got the fit, buy some more expensive fabric, maybe like the Minder Maker fabrics, to make another one, because I think it's a really pretty dress, and actually it makes me feel quite smart, which I'm really pleased with, because sometimes, most of the time it's fine, but sometimes jersey dresses don't feel as smart as I want them to, and definitely this feels a lot smarter, but still is really comfy because I feel like it fits really well. And definitely go ahead and watch Tamlyn's video and Kristen's video to see their views on it as well. So I just want to introduce you to Kealy. So she's only 8 weeks old, but she's really tiny, and we only just got her, but I thought as she's in here she should feature. Say hi, Kealy. You're going to go on the fabric. So you're teaching her well early. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please press the thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hear more from me. Goodbye.